Hi Stace and Bing-chan! Welcome to the Summertime React to the K, where it's just Sean and I. The panel that reacts on React to the K are music students, and so when summer arrives, everyone goes home, and Sean and I are the only one with production equipment, or at least Sean sort of.
I have some, and I'm borrowing some of Umu's to make this look better, because otherwise the lighting would be kind of garbage.
Both of us have super makeshift setups, like your microphone on a music stand, my computer's on a music stand. Music stands are very useful. But hopefully when school gets back in session, when we recruit our new panel of reactors, that's maybe when you'll see the crew react to a song off of 5 Stars. But for the time being, Sean and I previewed every single song off of the album, and it was Hall of Fame and S-calss that I think, made us most curious and interested us the most with the sounds chosen and the few seconds that we heard that we thought would cater towards our personal interests the most. So that's why we chose these two to react to for today. But I also, side note, really love Item. Sean, can I invite a very special guest today?
Yes.
It's not a wolfie, but it's a Samwise. Hey, you wanna come up here? You wanna come up here?
Just so you know, through Zoom, I'm getting this in 3 FPS.
No problem. Samwise, come here. Come here, baby. Do you want to sit with sister? Yes. No, don't run away from me. Come back. But since this is our first film session, and ever since I got my puppy, I thought I'd invite him to.
Sweet.
He was napping for a little bit. I'm the lone babysitter today, so he needs a little attention. Do you want to react to Stray Kids with us? Yeah. Yes, you do. Maybe he'll just react to Hall of Fame with us, and then I'll put him back to bed.
Okay.
But, I'm ready to go when you
Am
are.
I counting down?
Yes, sir.
3, 2, 1.
Wait, I missed. I can't see the screen. Wait. Okay. I'm ready now. Do you want to start from the beginning?
3, 2, 1.
Whoa.
That's a nice major with minor added 6th.
Boom. Very sci-fi. I kind of like the background synths harmonizing with Galileo. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. The opening synth, but also
And it's a sort of
the way it interacts with that little tap is nice. I like the change there, from a lot of
really nice
higher
contrast.
synths to really bassy and growly.
So many different sounds. Do. Yeah, a little motivation in there. Oh, that's so satisfying, bro. Yeah. I like all the different vocal layers happening.
Yeah.
I like the really melodic synth in the background, because that helps it contrast with this section here.
Yeah.
And it's a different drop! Do you want to go? You want to leave? No? Okay. We're on the moon?
I wanna go to the moon.
I was kind of expecting that to shift tempo or something with how much it disrupted.
Nice falsetto. Yeah.
I like the almost wooden mallet-y sound. Oh, interesting. Da, 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 da. Motive that was in there earlier is now the main one of the final chorus. God, the dun 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 is making me think of something.
Yes.
Let me do a quick little search for it.
Sit down. NCT 127. Sit it down.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It might be one of those samples that is free to use. I mean, it's a good ostinato.
Yeah, it's a different timbre though.
But it's a different sound.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same sample.
Okay, it's time to get off. Nap time. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay, Samwise had his time to shine. He's so furry. Okay, back to the song. The song. I love the contrast and the different textures used. That was really nice.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a very visual song. Like they mentioned Hall of Fame, they mentioned landing on the moon. It felt very sci-fi with the synths chosen, and just like even the harmonic choices of it being mostly in minor with resting on the major or raised third scale degree, right? Da da da, woo. Like you can feel like you're floating in space while also, I guess, achieving your dreams to be in the Hall of Fame. Like it balances those two atmospheres really well. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. I don't know the lyrics, so I'm not sure how the space stuff and the Hall of Fame stuff connects.
They say one step for man.
I understand that there's space stuff and there's Hall of Fame stuff, but I don't understand how the two connect because I'm not seeing the rest of the lyrics. Those just sound like two independent ideas without, understanding much Korean. I don't think there's an astronaut Hall of Fame.
You can't say that without doing your research first, bro. There might be an astronaut Hall of Fame.
s-calss needs to be the first people to perform on the moon.
But like when I was mentioning like space and Hall of Fame, I was not only just talking about the few English lyrics that I heard, but also just like the soundscape. That's like my own interpretation of it. Were you interpreting it a different way?
I was not really getting a sci-fi sense from it. Like, it felt...
Okay.
I don't know, like when I think about sci-fi, I tend to think about like... It sounds like really unusual types.
No, Samwise, put that down. Samwise. Okay, I'm back. Keep talking.
Like really unusual types of sounds. Where it's like, oh wow, I've never heard something like that before. That sounds like the future. And this was like creative ways of putting sounds together, but a lot of it was like, yeah, I've heard a sort of distorted guitar sound, I've heard a gritty 808, but the way they're put together is really good here, and I think a lot of the harmonic choices are also good. So like, it's not a criticism, there's lots of music I like that's built out of standard types of sounds.
Okay, now that I'm reading the lyrics, they're mentioning a bunch of people who are in the Hall of Fame. Thomas Edison's light bulb, Footprints Armstrong, Shakespeare, Galileo, like they're just name dropping left and right. Stephen Hawking. So I think this is just like you can do anything, let's pump you up to be your greatest self type of song. And the groove definitely allows you to feel that way.
The pre-chorus where I was thinking that sounds kind of wooden, I was thinking it was playing, like I was mostly noticing the high frequencies, and so I was thinking it was just playing like something up higher on a marimba or xylophone, but no, it's still playing it down low, and it's just like either they filtered out the low frequencies or just the other things happening are kind of masking them, so I'm mostly hearing the high frequencies of low marimba notes.
Whoa. But while we're talking about the pre-chorus, that is my favorite moment.
Okay.
It's because we have that da 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 da, and then we have do 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 do.
Yeah.
And we have da 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 do 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 happening at the exact same time, and that's trippy as frick, man. It makes me so happy. It gives me the same feeling that I have when I'm listening to dominoes drop. Domino.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, woo! It's a fun ear roller coaster, sort of. It's just so much movement happening. Contrary movement.
Yeah. There's this weird thing where like the marimba notes are below the synth notes, but the frequencies where they're popping out, I think, are more above the synth notes. So it's this weird thing where it's kind of sitting
Wow.
on either side of it. At that point, I guess it is just, yeah, it would just be the Phrygian dominant. Because that's the is in Phrygian, but then the has the major third, but also has the minor sixth.
Right, right. Well, let's now compare this, since Hall of Fame was the first song on the album, with the second song on the album, S-calss, which I've heard the chorus for once, the drop for once, the hook, yeah, that part once, and it's been stuck in my head ever since. Because that's when I was previewing it, and it like has not escaped my brain, so I'm very excited to listen
probably heard. I listened to the teasers for the song.
Wait, you gotta see this. Wait,
Wait,
I think
okay.
this is the first time I ever played piano, and Samwise is, hold up. He's like, where's it coming from?
Three, two, one.
Pretty. Was that a little car sound?
That's not where I expected it to begin from the opening whistle.
Huh?
That's really clean envelopes.
Was that a tempo change? I feel like the chromatic descent is similar to what was used in Case 143. And I'm a sucker for offbeat. Descending fifth sequence.
Cute little circle of fifths.
Oh, I love this chorus so much. It's so fun. Oh!
Nice.
Na 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 na. Chromatic descent again. Tempo change. Okay. Hey, when you're going slower in the verses, it just adds more energy to when we reach the hook. This is like the ultimate hip hop section. And now we're back. I'm speeding, and it switched to the faster tempo.
Yeah. Why is there a tentacle?
I don't know, Sean.
It's a really nice production on the bass.
It's different. Nice. The higher harmony.
Fifth. Yeah, the fifth doubling's nice.
So. Using like the little record scratches. Oh wait, I'm gonna shut up. Hi, Ian. Very large percussion sounds. That piano part was nice. Yeah, you are.
Nice little delay of landing.
2-part bridge!
Oh, okay, yep, that's the source of the tentacles. I'm okay, Samwise, I'm okay. No way! What? Oh! Bruh. That was... Okay, I'm curious on your thoughts. I thought like the vast majority of the song like had super clean production that really like made everything work. A lot of the song sounds decayed very quickly. So they had a lot of punch and then were right out of the way.
So that was you're listening to. You're kind of like listening to how the production like affected the song itself.
A lot of what sold is just like these extremely clean, tight sounds, and also a large variety of them. Like
that's what I was gonna say. Dude,
like,
I'm wondering how many
just
different unique instrument there is in this, because it felt like the sound was changing every like 4 bars if we're looking like if we're counting sheet music.
I think this is a great example of how to do a song that at any given moment there aren't very many things happening, but it stays super aurally engaging.
Right.
Because like a lot of the time, if songs don't have a lot of things happening, it feels kind of empty or kind of bland. And like this doesn't have any of that problem because like every sound is so perfectly crafted for large parts of it. It's like and then varied, so like you're hearing you hear each thing clearly, and then it moves on to something else that's interesting, and then it moves on to something else that's interesting.
And on top of that, they kept the actual harmonic language changing pretty quickly, because a song that relies on a sort of hip hop progression might just be a lot of drones, a lot of tonic, a lot of 1/4, a lot of 1/5, which Stray Kids have done in the past, a lot of 1 flat 2, 1 flat 2, 1, that kind of stuff. But they mix it up with more harmonic melodic moments so that we could never get tired of just one specific usage of progression. And so yeah, I'm loving like the fact that the first half of the pre-chorus was one specific tonal area and progression, and the second half was the secondary, the descending fifths sequence. And then then we got like some really dramatic piano in the bridge, but everything in the end was all tied together, even though we had like that dramatic change in the second verse where we changed tempo and it went very hip hop. We had those record scratches as transitions in other parts of the song, so therefore it's sewn together really well, even though we go a bunch of different places, because we keep hearing that different place in other aspects of the song. That's when sometimes a group comes back with a song that has really dramatic changes, and I don't like it because they never really hint to that motif in other parts, and I feel like they just change just for the fun factor, which there's nothing wrong with that, but when I've come to love when they hint at those changes in other aspects of the song, and just it becomes like a quilt, you know, instead of like a ride that drops you really randomly and you're like, why'd you do that?
It's like overall I appreciate having those tempo changes and things, but this one, like, the song is so much about this really clean, precise production.
And it goes laid
and then
back,
that bit kind of felt like older, lower quality production, and it's like, like I understand, like it was a long time ago. The full like modern production we can have now didn't exist back then, but also it just kind of felt out of place. Hearing it next to really polished stuff, it sounds just sort of very diffuse and shapeless next to everything that was like these perfectly crafted sounds in the rest of the song.
I understand that. Yeah, I do. I think I like the journey the song takes us on with that section in it, but yeah, it wouldn't be my favorite part either. The chorus, the how clean and crisp, da 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 da.
Yeah.
The chromaticism.
Introducing chromaticism is a good way to also work with something that's a very like harmonically static chorus. In the same way that like Case 143 has a great chorus. And, like, it's not that it's going a lot of places harmonically in that, but all of the keeps that really fun and engaging.
Oof. I mean, I kind of want to do a second listen, but this video is already so long. Can we also commend the structure of this song?
I don't mind doing
How about, let's just do a second listen, but we'll fast forward through it real quick so then we can just like end with what the structure of this song is, because this is definitely, I feel like, Stray Kids' most complex structure.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
So intro.
Yeah, when I heard this, I was imagining it was going to be like NCT Favorite or something.
And that little chromatic ascent
So-
kind of sounds like Venom. Oh, that was so rhythmically fun. Oh. Ah. Ah. Verse 1. Verse 1 has so many different sections in just verse 1. Dude, all those sound effects, so fun. Pre-chorus.
Yeah, the metallic hits.
And I love the little guitar brightening up the descending fifths with Felix's voice.
Yeah.
And ending on the leading tone. And the transitions is, they're like, we're about to go into this hip hop section. Verse 2, completely different from anything.
Also a little bit of distortion on the voices to vary that part.
And then outro or bridge part 2. One, two, three, four. And then chorus again, but with a ton of variation. Just instrumental alone, different choreography. Do you want to come up again? Up? No? Oh, but then they bring in the post-chorus. And then a little retornado.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it-
Yeah, bruh.
Basically, it's just like a lot of the sections
Yeah.
have subsections where there's like a distinct shift within the section. Also, the double intro, like that's like two distinct parts of the intro. That either it's a double
Introverse,
intro or it's
right?
like a one intro and
okay.
a three-part
Three-part
first.
verse.
Yeah, I mean, like the intro. There are 4 parts before you hit the first
right.
pre-chorus. I was interpreting that as 2 intro parts and 2 verse parts, although that could definitely be disputed where exactly it crosses from intro to verse. But yeah, like that, a lot of subsections, which we're pretty used to hearing in bridges, most with SM groups, but also with a decent number of other groups. But this amount of subdividing sections did make for just like lots of variety, and going back to like you talked about, lots of different sounds because each subsection has its own soundscape.
Yeah, which was super nice. I think this is extremely solid title track.
Yeah.
I don't think I can rank the Hall of Fame versus S-Class versus Item yet. I think it'll require many re-listens.
I feel like I would put S-Class above. Hall of Fame is the most solid because it doesn't have the second verse thing that S-Class does, but I still feel like the amount of variety and just like mostly immaculate production in S-Class really sells that one for me.
Thanks for watching with us, Stays, and Big Chan. Thank you for also always being patient, even though it takes us literally months to always get. I'll pay attention to you soon, sweetie. Let me just finish this. Sister. I'm sister. Mommy's gone. Sister's working. He's just staring at me, crying. I know. I'm coming. Hold on. He's a very talkative dog. He goes like all the time. But yeah, thanks for always being patient. Thank you for always being understanding. And hopefully we will see you within the next couple of months. I'm sorry again. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
There's literally hair flying off my hands right now because I've been petting him so much. It was like a firework of hairs. Oh my god, there it goes again. I don't think the camera can pick up. Oh my god, I'm allergic to him too. Okay, time to sneeze and make him go to the bathroom. Bye.
Bye.
The doggy wants some scratches. He wants some scratches. Yes, he wants some scratches.